Hello, my beautiful friends. It is Anne. Of course you can see because this is my face. Thank you so much for joining me. As you join me, I would love for you to say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're up for a discussion on integrity, on honesty, and why it's time to really become those within your own frequency, within your own auric field, within your own truth, within your own way of being in every area of your life. So say hello, let me know that you are here. I hope I'm up the right way around because I'm using my phone here and I'm waiting for it to show up on my computer over here so that I can make sure that I'm up the right way and not upside down. It hasn't even shown up yet on Facebook. How interesting is that? I see we have 2 people joining us. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. I'm back, but I'll tell you about that in just a moment, about what's been happening in my world for the month of January 2022. Everything has changed. Absolutely everything has changed. And I don't think I'm the only one. And I think it's important that I come and talk about it so that people can go, oh, that's happening to me as well. Because we are in an incredibly powerful time in history right now. Not just because of what's going on out there in 3D reality with, people fighting against the accepted way of being, but also within the multi-dimensional levels, within the spiritual levels. Sandra, hi, lovely to see you. I'm sorry if I'm cutting in and out. I can't even see myself on the on Facebook even yet, so I can't check if that's happening for everyone or if it's me or if it's you or any of those sorts of things. Perhaps if you go back out and come back in, it's working fine as far as I can see on Facebook here. I will keep it in front of me though. I'll turn the sound down. I'll keep it in front of me now so that I can see any comments that come up. So this is a conversation that I've been wanting to have for about, well, forever, if I'm honest. You see, perhaps you're a little bit like me, and while you've been, on your purpose, doing the work that you came here to do in the world, stepping into your genius and your giftedness, one thing that I know about that for me, and it might be the same for you, is that I haven't even touched the surface yet. I have not even touched the surface, and I know that's true for everyone. And so I came into 2022 excited about where my business was going, about what I was doing, and then right after New Year, everything stopped. Everything just fell apart. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like that. It's just an expression I'm using. But everything I thought that I was going to be doing this year, carrying on from last year, it no longer exists. In fact, I made the choice, but I feel like I was compelled to make the choice to burn it all down. And so I did. I've shut down every container that I had clients in. I have gone through an entire month. I feel like I'm coming out of it now, so that's good because I'm starting to see what's coming. But for me, it's been about, so the whole month of January 2022 was really an empty space for me. I started finding myself expressing, I know nothing. I don't know anything anymore. And expressing that, as well as not knowing anything, I was in a place of nothingness. in a void, in a black hole. So many ways to describe it. But of course, what you can describe it is as this: a dark night of the soul that lasted for a month. Now, I've had many dark nights over the last 15 years while I've been doing my work in the world, and this one was different. But I'm just saying that a dark night of the soul will take as long as it takes. Overall, I've been in and out of dark nights of the soul over the last 15 years since I've been doing my own inner work and also doing my work in the world. So it's not a one-off. It's not a do it once and it's done. It's a continual journey, and it will continue to be a journey. This one was the easiest one that I've been able to get through. I didn't have the anxiety that I would normally have. I didn't have the need to know what was coming next. I didn't have the need to have a firm foundation underneath me. I was willing this time to just let all of that drop and to just float in the cosmic juices of what's coming next and step into the field of infinite possibility, infinite potential, the field of oneness, and all of those good things. Now, it's a scary journey, but it's so worth it. So listen, I want to talk today about honesty and integrity, because one of the things that's been really pulling to me, calling to me, asking me to express are things that I've kept to myself for a very, very long time. So I know you guys who follow me and who watch all of my lives and things like that, you understand that there is genius in me, and you also understand that there's genius in your own self. And as I seem to be a person who leads others through these types of experiences by always sharing truthfully where I'm at, I feel it's important for me to continue to do that and to express to you that what we're being called to this year and moving forward forever now is a level of honesty with your own self that you have never ever experienced before. An honesty with yourself about what you truly want to be expressing as in the world at the moment. You've got gifts, you've got genius within you, you know it, but are you being willing to share it with others? To let them know, in order for them to know it's also within them. But to truly step into your purpose in a big way this year, it's no more longer about being mainstream, being the same as everybody else, staying within the confines of whatever area you work in, looking at other people doing the same sort of work as you or working in the same field and saying, oh, that person's doing what I do. That's actually not true. It never was, and it's becoming even more clear as we move through into this year. There is no one that can do what you do, and it's time for you to really dig into your heart space and be willing to verbalize and to speak what's in your heart as your desires, as your dreams, as what you want to create into the world. It's fabulous, isn't it, Marina? Thank you. I appreciate your comment. So that's really this dark night that I had through the entire period of January at the beginning of this year has been about for me. It's about, am I really willing to stand up and say to people, I'm an effing genius at what I do, and I'm now going to start serving at the highest level that I could possibly serve at. In order to do that, I had to get rid of everyone that I was already serving and the containers that I was serving them in, because for this sort of shift, and it'll be the same for you, because I know you guys, I've seen you, you've been hanging around with me for some of you for 10, 15 years. You have to leave behind now the way that you've been playing as ordinary, because you're not ordinary, and neither am I. We're not ordinary. We have dreams inside us that we are terrified of expressing. We have knowledge about our own gifts and our own selves that we are terrified of expressing. Terrified of expressing because someone else might not agree with us, or someone might think it's coming from our ego. But we're beyond that now. In fact, you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not and cannot express your genius and your giftedness into the world. And I don't know about you, but I've been really quiet about mine. I've been dumbing it down since the day I started doing the work that I do. I have clients all the time that say to me, do you really know the level at which you're working? Because they don't know until they come and join me, because I don't share it with anyone. I don't tell people. And I don't tell them because I don't want any pushback. Oh, you're coming from ego and all of this sort of bullshit. And it was a couple of years ago that an amazing man, Dr. Kim Jobs from England, said to me, it's not arrogant if it's true. It's not arrogant if it's true. He was telling me that I need to start truthfully talking, and so do you. Everything I'm saying is the same for you, because one thing I know for sure, and one thing that I live every single day, is oneness. I don't just have it as a concept, something that I believe in and expect other people to do. I actually live in oneness every single day. I recognize in every moment that everything that's happening around me, to me, everything is simply another aspect of me. So that was a bit of a ranty thing. I wasn't even going there. I'm talking about becoming honest with yourself, really digging in to your own self, and being willing to be honest with yourself about what it is that you truly want and what it is that you truly believe yourself to be. Now, I'm going to harp on that one a little bit, because that's the thing that I've been working on, right? Really admitting to myself that I want more than I've got. Really admitting to myself that I deserve more than I am allowing myself to have. Really admitting to myself that I have a gift that no other being in this world has. So do you. I'm not saying I am the only one. Everyone has this, because we're all one, right? If I have it, so do you. If you have it, so do I. My point is that I've had to get really goddamn honest with myself, and that's been scary. And it's a different level of honesty. It's an integrity that I've not held for myself before, where I have to be willing to sit here and say to you, I am an absolute genius at this thing that I do, where I step into the field of oneness and infinite possibility, and I become one with you, and I, from that perspective, provide whatever guidance you need, whatever healing you need to take you to your next level. And nobody else can do what I do. Nobody else does what I do. And I've been dumbing it down. And I've been undercharging for it. And I've been disrespecting it, right? And that's really the point of it. I've been disrespecting this gift that I've been given by not taking it seriously, or taking it seriously in my mind, but never truly allowing myself to show anyone how seriously I take it. And I wanted to share that with you today, that really it's time for every single one of us to get truly, radically honest with ourselves about what we're here to do. When I, last week, the week before, really dug into what am I here to do, I saw something that I had not ever dreamed could be possible for me. And I couldn't have seen it before now, because I wasn't ready to allow myself to step into it, to own it, to take charge of it, to take leadership of it. All of those words, they're all just words, right? But I would not have seen what's possible. And we've been doing it all wrong. Those of us with spiritual gifts, those of us who have world-changing purposes, those of us who want to create a world in peace, who want to create a world that you might call heaven on earth, who want to be the change that we want to lead in the world and to create the change that we want to see in the world, we've all been doing it at the wrong level. And really the energy that's around this year, and has certainly been throwing me around, has been the energy of burn it all down. Step into the level that you're here to play at. You've known it. You know, my guides were talking to me. They were saying to me, you know this, you just will not admit it to yourself. In your quiet moments, you imagine that you are an incredibly powerful being. You imagine that you are speaking to captains of industry who have the power and the resources to change the world. So why are you not working with those people? Why are you continuing to try and encourage other spiritually gifted people to get out into the world in a big way when you're not doing it yourself? And when you are doing that for yourself, and that's this year, then you can come back and bring those others into that same space. And, you know, my guides were saying to me over and over and over, go into your deepest dreams. You know, those ones that you won't even admit to us. That's actually what you're here to do. Stop denying it. Stop holding yourself back. Stop playing small. And stop trying to stay safe in the same pool of talent as everyone else, because you're unique. You've got genius within you. It's time to really own that and let go of any care whether anyone thinks you're coming from ego, because you know you're not. And that's the only thing that matters. And so this is really this year, and what I'm encouraging everyone is to truly take some time to dive deeply into your own heart and soul, and remember those things that you know that you want to have, that know that you want to be, that know the position you want to take and who you want to work with at the highest levels, and allow yourself to go there. This year is the year to go there. Everyone is waking up, and those of you who've been awake, who have stepped into your powers to some degree, it's time to up-level them 100%. Step into it fully. And to admit to yourself as the first step. See what I'm doing? Admit to yourself. Because when I talk to clients, and I spoke to a beautiful client the other day, and she, you know, she's very successful, and every now and then we have a conversation, and then she goes on to her next level of success. She said to me, but I don't know what I would really want. I don't know. And I said, yes, you do. It's in here. You're just not willing to admit it to yourself. And then she finally spoke the words of what her true dream is. It's so far beyond anything that's ever been created on this planet before. And that's why she's scared to admit it to herself, because who is she to imagine that that's possible for herself or for anyone else? You know, we've been living this life where we need to see evidence of it before we know that we can create it. No, 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 no. We're not here to create things that have already been created. We are here to create something incredibly unique based on our genius, which we all have within us. I really feel like I'm lecturing everyone today, and that was not my intent. Of course, it's never my intent. It's to have a conversation about these things, to hopefully grab you by your heartstrings and pull you into this energy that is out there in the world now, and pull you into your 100% highest level of your purpose and your way of being, and this new world. Pull you by your soul strings into the field of oneness and infinite possibility, where everything that you haven't even yet allowed yourself to imagine is available to you. So it's exciting. You can see I get excited about it. It's been a rough January, beginning to the year. You know, everything, as I said, I actually burned down my entire business. And I should have known to do it, because in December I lost my website, I lost my email, everything kind of disappeared. I pushed and pulled to get all those things back, only to realise that in actual fact I needed to burn it all down. And so I have no open containers at the moment. I'm creating a new container, which is super exciting. It's beyond anything. It's just beyond anything I've ever done before. It really leans into my genius. It leans into my ability to channel the source of all that is, to step into your field, to become one with you, to help you to heal everything that needs to be healed, so that you can be who you truly are and who you truly know yourself to be, but you have not yet allowed yourself to express it, perhaps even to yourself. So that's what I'm inviting you to do today. Get really deep in there and ask yourself, what is it that I know is true about me that I'm afraid to say? And then say it. Jump on a video and say it, or jump in the comments here and say it, so that you've voiced it. And as you voice it, you will step into it a little bit more than you were before. And that's what I'm doing. So if you're interested in finding out how you can come on this journey with me, I have nothing in place at the moment, but I am downloading something as I speak. And so, yeah, just be in touch. Let me know. Let me know what it is that's deep inside you that you don't want to admit to yourself. Come and tell me if that's the only thing that you can do. And we'll look at how you can get there. Thank you so much for watching. I will be on live a little bit more than I have been lately. I'm feeling the pull to talk a lot, to encourage a lot. I'm an empath, and the true meaning of empath is an encourager. So like a cheerleader, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Love to see you on live. Make sure that you join me when I do go live. I'm sure there'll be something of interest to you. If you're there, it's because you need to hear something that I'm saying. That's absolutely truth. That's part of my genius as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you very soon.